Jack Reynolds.
Hey Jack, where are you from originally?
Originally,
Yes.
I was born in Morristown.
Okay.
We moved to Blount County in 1930.
Okay, in 1930, where did you live in Blount County?
I lived on Boyle Street in Alcoa.
Okay. And where did you go to school?
I went to school at Alcoa High School.
Okay. And then tell us how you went into the military.
Pardon?
How did you enter the military?
Well, I applied for the Naval Air Corps, but I had passed the test and was sworn in the Naval Air Corps on a 48-hour call. They soon called me. Well, it was greater time than 48 hours, but when they did call me up, they said they didn't need any more pilots. So I was eligible for OCS, but and I tried that. And one night, about 13 of us at college decided we were going to be in the Navy. We'd see the world through a porthole, and we got that opportunity.
Wow.
So I went on to the Navy, and they gave us tests at Great Lakes, and I qualified for engineering, and they sent me on to a couple of diesel schools, the most advanced diesel school in Norfolk.
And what year did you enter the Navy?
43.
1943. Okay.
April.
April 1943.
And I had when I graduated from Norfolk diesel school, it was the most advanced diesel school that we had. It was the big engines, big B-16s and all that. They had a list of the names of the men that graduated. They had my name receiving a third class rating, but I didn't get it. I still don't have it from them. So several months later, many months later, I got my rating, and it was third class. Well, it should have been second class. And it was hard to get ratings back then. I had a little chief that was very envious of his job, and he didn't want anyone else stepping in his shoes. So, but yet, on board ship, one of our boats needed repair. I was on Admiral Barbey's staff.
Admiral Barbey.
Admiral Barbey, Daniel E. Barbey. And he was commander of the 7th Amphibious Forces. And I made him a Jeep over in one of the islands. I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, put a bucket seats in it, and he liked his Jeep. But anyway, we had I was an engineer on his barge, and that wasn't right. That called for a second class up. But anyway, I was still an engineer. I'll never forget the time after the war ended. Well, we were in Okinawa when the war ended.
Okay.
And the whole fleet was there. Well, our carriers, our battle wagons, and cruisers, and DEs, and so on. And we had orders to hit Kyushu, Japan, in 3 days from the day they dropped the bomb. And the day they dropped the bomb, the war was over.
Right.
And I made several thousand men, thank God it was over. And we had to hit Catoctin, Japan. It was the most heavily fortified coastal city Japan had. But we didn't go for the weak boys, we went for the strong boys. You know, you knock out a fellow strong boy, you take care of the weak.
Right.
And so we didn't have to make that landing there. And had we, there would have been more men killed than the bomb killed. And many people don't realize that who protest over Oak Ridge. They're younger people, and some of them weren't even around when the war was going on.
That's right.
But at any rate, when it was over, we went up to Korea, South Korea, Incheon, and we captured a one-man sub up there. I was very interested in that. I wanted to see it. And
How did you capture the sub? How did you capture the sub?
we caught him in a trap,
Mm-hmm.
and so we got it. We pulled him up, and I wanted to see inside it, and I did. And down inside it was a pair of steel shoes, and they lapped over his foot. Once his foot was in that shoe, had a padlock on it. Well, I wondered right then how much volunteering they did for that. But they always said they volunteered for that service. I don't believe that was voluntary if they're locked in with padlocks.
Wow.
But anyway, from there we went on and started landing Shanghai sex troops against Mao Zedong up in northern China. We hauled them out of Hong Kong and on up into Tianjin and Shiwangzhou and Taku, the northern cities of China. And one day the Admiral came and said, I was always running a store ahead, and I was living with some Marines and for a few days. And Admiral Barbey came aboard ashore and wanted to go see how they were doing down on the front lines. We drove through a pig trail for a road, and we got on top of a hill and looked down in the valley, and the Shanghai sex troop on this side of the valley, and Mao Zedong on the other. They each were in ditches and firing rifles at each other. So Admiral Barbey got out of the Jeep, I got out with him, and they were shooting it. So we got back in the Jeep. He said, well, we better go, Reynolds. I said, aye, sir. And we started off again, and the bullets started zinging over that Jeep. Admiral Barbey said, Reynolds, will the Jeep go any faster? I said, no, sir, Admiral, it won't. So anyway, we ended up from there coming back to the canal, the Panama Canal into Dorm. And there's where they didn't discharge me right off. They wanted me to engineer LCI down to Miami. And I asked my officer if that was an order or voluntary. He said it's voluntary. I said, count me out. He said, why did you say that so quickly? I said, well, there's never been anything but rough waters. Sir Cape Hatteras, and I'm not anchored to take LCI through that. They were a little landing craft. And, but anyway, I stayed on a few months. They kept me in until I was discharged. And that's about the roundup story of it, I guess.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about Admiral Barbey. What kind of man was Admiral Barbey?
He was a fine man. We were at a typhoon that hit Okinawa. They took it off the map just about. And we were riding, the Pittsburgh was a heavy cruiser. It was right in front of us. And we were right on the same path. And before the storm hit completely, before the high of it, it got to Pittsburgh first. And they radioed back before we lost our radio gear that they lost 100 feet of her bow.
Wow.
And that's something for heavy cruisers to do that. But they managed to get back to Pearl Harbor, and they got reworked and back out to the war before it was over. So that was good. But that was a bad tornado.
Did you ever get to write letters home?
Yes.
And did you receive letters?
Well, it took some time to get one from home, but I'd eventually get it. And it was, but in that typhoon, a buddy of mine, I rode aft to 5-inch ready box of the ship with her arms run through life jackets and flash covers. We knew we were gone. But we made it. The Lord blessed us and carried us through and brought us home.
That's right. And what was it like coming home?
It was the greatest time in the world. I believe it was Christmas when we came through the canal, very close to it if it wasn't. And we had a special dinner and all, and it was just, everybody was just, that was a happy bunch of people.
I bet.
Yeah.
And did you come back to Blount County? Did you return to Blount County once you got discharged?
Yes. Yes, I came home on a 30-day rehabilitation leave. And that's where I'm at a while. And be the good Lord willing, if He lets us live till September, we will have been married 70 years.
Wow.
And she's been a jewel. And
This is you.
You're a good man to say that, especially on camera. What? Tell me about being a World War II veteran today. What is it? How does it feel? Do you get thanked a lot? Have you been on the honor air trip?
Oh yes, yes. I went there. I don't remember how many years ago, but that was one of the greatest things they ever did for the World War II veterans.
Yep,
That was such a nice trip. Have you been there?
I have.
That's wonderful. We got to see all the memorials, and the war memorials were down where the World War II memorial was. I was on the majority of those islands, and it was quite an experience. Break your heart sometimes, but it was wonderful experience. They were real good to us.
Yep.
And John Duffin met us in Washington, so did a big crowd of people.
Yep.
And we had those souvenirs and all the gifts from it. But it was super nice.
Well, good. You earned that trip.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel today to be a World War II veteran?
Well, I'm glad it's over. War is terrible. And I feel awful good to being home, my family, and I think it's just great. It's amazing how things have happened at the events of the war. Most of it was bad, but it was quite an experience.
How was the food in the Navy?
Oh, it was good as long as we had it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we ran short, and the supply ship couldn't catch up with us, so we had to wait for it and get our supplies. But it was usually pretty good, and we had our beans for breakfast on Saturday. You could tell the days of the week with the food we had. The fish was Friday, and so on. But that's how we kept up with the time and the days. More than once, but this one time we ran short on supplies, and our food supply was just way down. And they were raking the bottom of the barrel for flour. And next morning we went to chow, and the bread had black spots in it. And we started picking them out. They were little wheels. And if you picked them all out, you didn't have any bread left. So they'd been bagged and cooked, so we thought, well, they're protein, so we just wanted to eat bread, weevil and all, because we were hungry.
That's right.
And that was quite an experience. But that's how low we were on food.
Did you ever train any monkeys?
Oh, we landed some Marines this tomorrow, and I went ashore with them and helped them put their tents up. Well, there was a little monkey on the shore, and he was a feisty thing. We could play with him and make him mad, and when we make him mad, he'd climb a coconut tree and start throwing coconuts at us. And that's how we got our coconut. Said to make the monkey mad.
And that's what you wanted to do.
Pardon?
You wanted to make them mad, so they'd throw the coconuts down.
You wanted to make them mad. So
Oh yeah, yes, we wanted some coconut. And he had supplies with him. We had another little monkey on board the ship, one of the fellows. He was a cutie and smart. And he'd set up on a ready box or wherever outside on the top side to get on us. And he jumped down on the sailors as they went by on their shoulder. And if they had cigarettes, he'd reach in their shirt pocket, take them out, tear them all to pieces.
what about some of the people you drove around with the Admiral?
Oh, when we were in, after the war ended, we went from Okinawa to Incheon up in, well, Cardinal Spellman came on, he was on board one of those ships. I don't remember whether he was on ours or not, but anyway, I drove him into school to church service. And it was a warm day. The church windows were all up. Speakers were in the window among people. And the streets were full of people. There was all, that's the office crowd I ever saw for a church service. But it was huge.
Wow.
The streets were filled with people, cars parked, and he delivered a message there that was good. I couldn't understand all of it for him because we were too far away from him. Anyway, he did a good job, and the people really enjoyed it. I guess there's plenty more.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you for your service and for doing this interview. And we're really proud of you serving in the Navy. And
Thank you, Nelson. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I'm just as proud of you for serving in the submarines.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're proud of you, and I just want to thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you very much. Nathan, I want to thank you again for, number one, meeting you. I've heard so much about your good work and your many good deeds you've done for the veterans of the whole area or anywhere else. But the quilt that you brought me, presented by the St. Paul Lutheran Church, I certainly appreciate that. You give them my regards and my thanks. And the walking stick that Steve Newman did for me, I appreciate that too. You're really doing a good job, and I want to commend you for it, and thank you for all your effort, hard work that you do for all the veterans.
Thank you. That was very nice of you to say that. I appreciate it.